friends, and welcome back to Movies, Munchies, and Moscato. I am Rhonda.
And I am Rochelle.
We're just a couple of friends who love movies, television, and wine. So if that is something that interests you, please stick around and subscribe so you don't miss an episode. Now it's time for movie and TV news and pulp culture discussion. So first up, Fox has renewed The Cleaning Lady for season 2. Which I'm happy about because that was one of the shows I talked about that I ended up really enjoying. Mm-hmm. It's been so long since something on regular TV drew my interest. So
yeah, I watched that, but I didn't.
You didn't like it?
Finish it. No, I liked it. I just didn't finish it.
How far did you get into it?
That's a good question. It was a while ago. I think it was where her mom took her child for her because she was trying to work.
And that's actually her sister-in-law.
Sister-in-law. No, her mom. Because her mom was with that dude. And her mom...
no, I think you're watching a whole different show, hon. This lady lives in Vegas with her sister-in-law and her sick child, and the sister-in-law has 2 children of her own. They're teenagers.
Yep, I'm on the wrong show.
Oh,
anyway,
okay.
Go on.
I was like, wait a minute.
Go on, yes.
It's a completely different show. I'm
Yep.
You don't tell me what show that is when you... It
right?
sounds interesting.
God. I swear it's like that. I know you people know what I'm talking about.
The Adam Project's Walker Scobell has been cast as Percy Jackson in the new Disney Plus series of the same name. So Walker played the young Ryan Reynolds character in the Adam Project, and he was really good. I thought he was a very good representation of the younger Ryan Reynolds. So I'm happy that he's getting another role.
Huh.
And I remember liking Percy Jackson, like when the movie version when it came out years and years ago. So that's cool. They're making a TV series about it. Eddie Murphy is in talks to play jazz funk legend George Clinton in a biopic of his life. I can see that.
Oh.
They look kind of similar. You just got to get the hair going, and it'd be a very good likeness.
Wow. Who's jazz funk legend George Clinton?
If you saw him, you'd recognize him.
Yeah.
I can't tell you all of his music because I'm not up on everything.
Uh-huh.
But I only came to know even who he was because he'd done a collaboration with Ice Cube back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, and that's who, when I realized, that's who, and then my dad was like, that dude's been around since the 70s. I'm like, oh, like I knew that. I'm like, I don't know. Anyway.
Huh. Interesting.
Right?
Well, I bet you that'll be good.
I'm sure his life's probably been very interesting and colorful.
Yeah, especially if they're doing a show about it.
Justin Bartha is set to reprise his National Treasure role in a Disney Plus series again of the same name. So Justin played Nicolas Cage's sidekick in the National Treasure movies, and he's going to do the same in the Disney series. So that's cool. I really enjoyed those movies. So I don't know if the series could ever live up to those.
I wonder why they wouldn't ask Nick Cage back.
He's probably not, honestly, I can see him not being interested in doing a TV series. But I may be wrong. Maybe
it's not like he's doing a lot.
True, so. But maybe they didn't ask him. Maybe they want to do something with maybe younger people. Because other than him, it hasn't said anyone else who's been cast. So
interesting. Okay.
Yeah. Will Ferrell has joined the Barbie movie. That thing just keeps growing. So he joins, Margot Robbie and Ryan Gosling as Ken. You have America Ferrera in there as well. So it's rounded out the cast. They are shooting it now, so I can't wait to see the first footage to see how this is going to be. What's going to be funny, serious, mixture of the two, what they're doing with it. So, although with him in it, it probably is supposed to be funny. What am I saying? Never mind.
Oh, for sure.
Never mind.
Put Will Ferrell in there? Mm-hmm. I don't know. He hasn't done anything real serious, except that last show that he was in seemed to be...
Which I never watched.
I didn't either, and it seemed to be serious. I don't remember what it's called, but...
It was like The Shrink Next Door.
Oh, yeah.
On Apple.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I kept thinking, I want to watch it, and then I would, pass it and think, I don't know. No, it didn't grab me.
It got very mixed reviews, so apparently it's divided people who watch that one. Alison Brie has joined the Fast and the Furious number 10, which has now been titled Fast and the Furious X, by the way. So she, of course, plays Captain Marvel in the Avengers movies, and now she is going to be in the next Fast and Furious. So I do like her.
Oh, I do too.
It's interesting how they keep getting these people to be in them, like Helen Mirren and Charlize Theron.
I know, right?
Who knew they would care about being in these movies? But hey, I'm all for it.
Maybe they're slow. We don't know.
Robbie Amell from Upload has been cast in The Witcher for season 3 on Netflix, which is currently filming.
I'm so excited. I really have grown to like this series.
It is really good. And Robbie's awesome from Upload, as I've talked about. It's a really good series. So, and he's been in, as well as The Flash on TV, so he's really good at playing comedy plus action-y roles. So I think he'll do a good job in that. Jason Momoa is set to star in a Minecraft movie based on the video game.
Goodness.
I keep putting out these video game movies. Some good, some not so good. So I guess we'll see.
Oh, wow.
But we like Jason Momoa. Maybe it'll be... I've never played Minecraft, so I don't even know what it's about. But
it's a very... I haven't either, but it's a very popular game. That's for sure.
Are they going through mines? Do you know?
I don't know, to be honest. Sorry, I bet you guys are screaming going, it's a great game, or something. I don't know.
And then finally, Arsenio Hall is rebooting the Arsenio Hall talk show for Netflix's Is a Joke Fest. That's the name of it, Is a Joke. So the limited return will feature stand-up comedians and celebrity interviews over the course of a week. So that'll be
I was
cool.
wondering what happened to Arsenio.
Right?
It's kind of weird. I was wondering that, like, maybe just a couple weeks ago. He just kind of popped into my head, and I'm thinking, whatever happened to Arsenio?
Yeah, I guess he's just...
I used to watch him. I used to watch his show.
I did off and on. I wasn't a big watcher. So I think maybe at the time I was too young to care about talk shows, honestly, probably at the time. But I did remember seeing the ones here and there. And then, yeah, the only thing he did recently was that Coming to America sequel. And then that's it. So I just assume he's, just living off his residuals. He's good to go.
Right.
But so that's cool. He's going to bring it back just for at least a limited run. So movies and TV shows out. I'm going to cover last week as well as this week since we weren't on the air. So first up, last week we had Fantastic Beasts: The Secret of Dumbledore in theaters, and that stars Eddie Redmayne, Ezra Miller, Mads Mikkelsen, and Jude Law. Which, FYI, I don't know if you guys saw, but Ezra Miller got arrested again in Hawaii for the second time.
Yes, I just saw that. What is happening to him?
I know. I think
maybe his the role in these Fantastic Beasts has gotten to him.
God, wouldn't that be something? So Professor Albus Dumbledore knows the powerful dark wizard Gellert Grindelwald is moving to seize control of the wizarding world. Unable to stop him alone, he entrusts magical zoologist Newt Scamander to lead an intrepid team of wizards and witches. They soon encounter an array of old and new beasts as they clash with Grindelwald's growing legion of followers. So we will be reviewing this after all the new releases, so we'll talk about what we thought because we did watch that last week. Then we have Father Stu. This is also in theaters and stars Mark Wahlberg, Jackie Weaver, and a returning Mel Gibson. So when an injury ends his amateur boxing career, Stuart Long moves to Los Angeles to find money and fame. While scraping by as a supermarket clerk, he meets Carmen, a Sunday school teacher, who seems immune to his bad boy charm. Determined to win her over, the longtime agnostic... Is that a...
Yep.
Wow, agnostic starts going to church to impress her. However, a motorcycle accident leaves him wondering if he can use his second chance to help others, leading to the surprising realization that he's meant to be a Catholic priest. This sounds like,
it's
a crazy story, but it's a true story, so I'm interested in seeing it. I won't bother trying to see it in theaters, but once it hits...
Well, apparently it's been in the works for like 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, a long time.
I wonder why it took so long. That's interesting. Yeah. So I would like to see it, but I'll just wait till I can watch it at home. Then we have Anatomy of a Scandal. This is a series on Netflix. It stars Sienna Miller, Rupert Friend, and Michelle Dockery.
I started watching that last night.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So this is about parliamentary minister James Whitehouse is a happily married man with a loving family home. Then a scandalous secret comes to light.
Gee, can you guess what that is?
Right. It does look interesting. Are you liking what you've seen so far?
Yeah, so far, And Michelle Dockery, she, wears the wig that they wear in Parliament. But she's good. She's
okay. I was thinking maybe she was going to be maybe the person that he's unfaithful with or something, but no, got
Nope.
it.
And you know what? I love the guy who plays what is he? He's the Prime Minister? Is that what he is? Does he say that?
You mean Sienna's husband in it?
Yeah, but he's in parliamentary or Parliament. He's it says parliamentary minister. Yes, he is. So any type of scandal is going to be a big deal, right? So,
Right.
but he's the guy who played in, oh gosh, he was in Claire Danes, the movie I love.
It's a movie, Claire Danes is in?
Well, it was a series on HBO. Or I mean,
then it's Homeland.
yes, Homeland, which was on Showtime, right?
Right.
Yes, he was in Homeland, and he played one of the agents.
Oh, okay.
So, and he didn't have an accent there, but he does have a British accent in this one. So,
I know, it makes you wonder. Unless you see an interview, I'm not sure if that means he is British or not. So I'm not sure if he really.
right, I don't think he is, but
You don't think he is?
I don't.
Right.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Just because he was in so many of those, and well, you never know. I forgot his name. I'll have to. What was his name?
Sometimes you get surprised. Rupert Friend.
Oh, we could be British with a name like Rupert.
Right.
He
Sometimes
might
you just
be.
don't know.
Yeah.
I learned recently I watched or listened to a podcast with one of the actresses from that show Lucifer I was into. Had no idea she was from South Africa.
Really?
She started speaking. I was like, "Who is?" And yeah, she's been hiding. She hid that thing for all 7 seasons. It's like,
No
holy
way.
crap. Never heard her. I was like, "What the? Where have I been?" Anyway. Then we have Choose or Die. This is a movie on Netflix and stars Asa Butterfield and Robert Englund from Nightmare on Elm Street fame. So Asa is playing a broke student who plays an obscure 1980s survival computer game in pursuit of an unclaimed $100,000 prize. After a series of unexpectedly terrifying moments, she soon realizes she's no longer playing for the money but for her own life. I watched the trailer on that. It looks very odd, honestly, not my thing, as most horror things aren't, honestly, but so if anyone out there ends up watching this, you'll have to let me know. This might be something actually Rochelle ends up watching, so I guess we'll see what you
Oh, I don't know.
since you like, horror stuff.
Oh, this is true.
Then we have Roar. This is a new series on Apple TV and stars Cynthia Erivo, Nicole Kidman, Alison Brie, and Betty Gilpin. Those last two from the Glow series that I love so much. So an insightful, poignant, and sometimes hilarious portrait of what it means to be a woman today. This anthology series features a blend of magical realism, familiar domestic and professional scenarios, and futuristic worlds. It does look rather trippy. Again, I kind of saw a little clip and I was like...
Yeah. Yeah, I saw it as well, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, not my cup of tea in that way either, so I'll have to wait till I hear more about it. Then we have Outer Range. This is also another new series on Amazon. It stars Josh Brolin, Tom Pelphrey, who was on last season of Ozark People. He played, the brother who, spoiler alert, met an untimely end. Anyway, so I love him. Anyway, then we have Imogen Poots and William Patton. So the Abbotts are coping with the disappearance of their daughter-in-law when the neighboring Tillersons make a play for their ranch land. Tensions come to a head when a mysterious black void arrives in the Abbotts' pasture. So as Rochelle was saying when we saw the trailer for this, it's like Yellowstone meets
Paranormal.
Paranormal Activity. So I guess we'll see.
Yeah.
I like Josh Brolin. Like I said, I like Tom Pelphrey. Maybe I'll check out the first just to see. It just does look very weird.
Who'd you say Tom Pelphrey is?
He played in Ozark. He was the brother of...
of Laura Linney?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Unfortunately, yeah. So I like him. And then finally for last week, we have The First Lady. This is a new series on Showtime and stars Viola Davis, Michelle Pfeiffer, and Gillian Anderson. So this is a revelatory reframing of American leadership told through the lens of the women at the heart of the White House. Betty Ford, Michelle Obama, and Eleanor Roosevelt.
Oh, wow. That's
going to
cool.
check it out. It's a weekly series like all Showtime stuff is. So I may wait maybe at least 3 weeks. I have 3 episodes I can get through before I start watching it to see if it grabs me or not.
Mm-hmm.
So for this week, we have the movie The Northman in theaters and stars Alexander Skarsgård, Nicole Kidman, Ethan Hawke, and Anna Taylor-Joy. So Prince Amleth is on the verge of becoming a man when his father is brutally murdered by his uncle, who then kidnaps the boy's mother. 2 decades later, Amleth is now a Viking who raids Slavic villages. He soon meets a seeress, who reminds him of his vow to save his mother, kill his uncle, and avenge his father.
Sounds like a true Northman.
This does look very good. I mean, you're
Viking,
right? I mean, Alexander. I mean, that is his real background. So hey, bring it on.
Right? I know. It looks really good to me.
Does look good.
And I think we were talking about going to see it.
That's true. That's true. Then we have The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. That stars Nicolas Cage, Pedro Pascal, and Tiffany Haddish. So unfulfilled and facing financial ruin, actor Nick Cage accepts a $1 million offer to attend a wealthy fan's birthday party. things take a wildly unexpected turn when a CIA operative recruits Cage for an unusual mission. Taking on the role of a lifetime, he soon finds himself channeling his most iconic and beloved characters to save himself and his loved ones.
It looks funny.
It does look funny.
It looks pretty funny.
I do have a plan already to see this next month, so I will definitely let you guys know what I think of it. Then we have season 5 of Selling Sunset on Netflix. As you guys know, this is one of my guilty pleasures to watch this reality show following, LA realtors. So we're just continuing on. It's just continuing on.
I like them too.
It's great TV. Then we have They Call Me Magic. This is the documentary on Apple TV. So the accomplishments and global impact of Irvin Magic Johnson, both on and off the court, and features interviews with Magic Johnson, his family members, and others. So that'd probably be interesting. He has had a very, interesting life.
Yep. And cheated on his wife, henceforth getting HIV. He was a wild man. So they'll probably show all that.
Yeah, that's true. Most likely. Then another, series I love the first season of is The Flight Attendant. And it's finally back for season 2 on HBO Max.
Oh, I bet you're so excited.
I am.
You were a fan.
And the stars Kaylee Cuoco, Rosie Perez, Zoe Mamet, and Sharon Stone, who's new this season, playing Kaylee's mother. So I'm excited for it. I really did enjoy that. And then finally, we have another scandal. This one is called The Very British Scandal. This one, though, is on Amazon and stars The Crown's Claire Foy and then Paul Bettany. So the Duke of Argyll files for divorce in 1963, and the brutal case plays out amid a media frenzy with accusations of adultery, theft, violence, drug use, forgery, and bribery.
Wow, is it true? Is it a true story?
This is a true story. This really happened, and unfortunately how, I guess, brutal it was to the wife at the time. So I do like Claire Foy, and I do like Paul Bettany. Mm-hmm. So I may watch it. I think it might just anger me though, just already knowing that she gets like the brunt of like the on this. But I do, yeah. See, so remember, Very British Scandal and a very an Anatomy of a Scandal. So
that's true.
So you have the two to choose from: one Amazon, one Netflix. What we've been watching this week. So first up, we thought we'd do our movie review of Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, which we watched last week. So I really liked it. This is the third in the Fantastic Beasts trilogy. I'll just say, though, how they left it off. They can definitely do a fourth, whether they will or not.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I can see them doing that, but we'll see if that ever does happen. But so basically, I really liked it. I really enjoyed Jude Law in this one versus the second one. He was just a lot more, I don't know what the word would be. He was just a lot more, I want to say present, but I mean, I don't know. His acting in this was just better to me.
No, I agree.
It was nice to learn more about Dumbledore and Grindelwald's backstory and what exactly their relationship was. And
we heard that Grindelwald and, or at least rumors that the two of them are gay. Mm-hmm. Or at least Dumbledore was, and we kind of find out the truth in this one. So
that's true.
So for sure.
That is true. I did hear that. I guess when they show it in China, they were editing out any parts that referenced anything like that.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
How about that?
I thought that was interesting. I'm like, wow, okay.
Right?
Way to do something, right? I loved getting to know more about Dumbledore's brother,
mm-hmm.
who, in the last Harry Potter, he was old and gray by then, just like Dumbledore, obviously.
Yeah.
But
old
he was just so bitter. So it was interesting to see basically more about how he gets that way.
Mm-hmm.
Again, because we didn't get the full backstory. They could do another movie to expand on that.
Yes.
But I did like seeing more of that. It was cool to see a young Professor McGonagall.
Oh yeah, some of those wizards, and there were more scenes in Hogwarts, which I thought was so cool. Great.
Cool.
I felt like this movie really tied Harry Potter to it this time.
Yes, that's true.
So, and it even had the music, elements of the music in it. So
that's true, and it didn't before.
This is probably my favorite one this time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. Although I did prefer, probably because it told more of his backstory, I did prefer in terms of Ezra Miller's character. I did prefer him in the second one versus them. He didn't have honestly
Which
much to
character?
do. Ezra Miller's character, who played what was his name? Shoot. And we finally learned what his connection to Dumbledore and his brother was.
Yes, right.
I did prefer.
I know I want to say Sirius, or Cyrus or something,
Yeah,
but it's
that's
not.
not it.
No.
Sorry, I can't remember his characters right now, but I did.
But he was the
enjoy
one who
him
was
more.
beat as a child.
Yeah, I did
so-
prefer him more in number 2. He just didn't have that much to do in this one, unfortunately. Although, you got connected dots exactly like how it connected everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So that was kind of blah. I thought Mads Mikkelsen though did an awesome job as Grindelwald. Yes, I know many people are still gonna miss Johnny Depp,
Yes, he did
but
do
he
a
filled
great
it
job.
just fine. He's a great actor, and he did a great job.
I think so too.
He did a great job in it. So, I'll forever say that. I don't see why we couldn't have just had Colin Farrell the whole time. That's me.
I know.
But it's fine. We got 3 different guys that ended up doing it in the end, and
But this guy fit it. Yeah,
Yes, he
I don't
really did.
see Johnny Depp playing him maybe as much, but I think he did a great job. They'll probably stick with him if it continues.
That's true. Yes, he did do a great job. I do agree there.
Yep, I enjoyed it, definitely.
So overall, I'm going to give it 4 wine corks out of the 5. I thought it was pretty good.
Okay, yeah, I'll go with that. I might even go as 4.5, but
Oh, okay.
But still, yeah, it was good. It was good.
Yes, it was very good. So for what I've watched this week, Moon Knight on Disney Plus. I got through the first half. It only releases weekly, but I've seen the first 3 episodes, and it's weird. It's one of those weird. I didn't think it was gonna be as weird of a Marvel show as it is. It is based off a comic book. Stars Oscar Isaac. Playing like a dual role. He has, I say that, but it's because he has a split personality. It's not a secret. It's kind of given away when you see the trailer. And it's just very weird. They do a lot of jumping back and forth, and I know that's to show the whole multiple personalities and like this is this person, this is this. But I feel like some of the jumping around irritates me after so long, so that's kind of taken me out of it. But I like the scenes it shows when he is in the Moon Knight character versus anything. So I'm going to stick with it because it's intriguing enough for me to want to see it, but it is a little jarring, and the storyline isn't cohesive enough to me exactly what is happening. and I do want to know, because I get now how he got the suit that makes him do this, but there's still some unanswered questions because they keep jumping around a lot.
Huh.
So I'm in the middle on this, guys. A little on the fence. So I'll stick with it and keep you up to date on what's going on with this one. It's a weird one. And then I know this is a very long time ago coming, but I just barely watched Blade Runner 2049 on Netflix.
I haven't seen it at all.
Yes, that sequel that starred Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling. I really liked it. I honestly only started watching it thinking it'd be one of those throwaway things I wouldn't have to pay attention to, but you actually did, because you were like, what's happening? You needed to watch it to really understand what was going on, but I really enjoyed it. Full disclosure, I've never seen the original Blade Runner, and it didn't seem to matter. Like, I still followed what was going on.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing the only, and the fact that they would flash back to things from the first movie, I think maybe that's why it helped.
It made it
you
more
know how it
cohesive.
was, you saw how it was connected.
Oh, that's good, because I haven't seen that one either. I've seen the original Blade Runner, but not 2049.
Okay. So, they did do some flashbacks to explain it. So I didn't feel that lost at all, because they had flashbacks of, what's her name that was in the original? She doesn't really act anymore. Sean... You know what I mean? Her name is Sean something.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember her name now. Anyway. But overall, I really enjoyed the movie. It was really good. I thought they were both good in it. The effects were like, those actually were so for it to be 2049. I was just like, they probably could have done a little better. But again, this was a few years ago, so if they were to do it now, it'd be so much more improved. Even then, but obviously it was already an improvement over the original as it was, so... I'm sure so, because that was done in the 80s, I want to say, maybe.
2049?
Yeah, that's the name of the sequel.
Right, but when did it come out?
Oh, that one came out, I want to say,
years ago?
More than that. It was like 2010, like 10 years
Oh,
ago.
okay, so that's why it probably wouldn't be as good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then lastly, I also watched Godzilla vs. Kong finally on HBO Max, you guys. I mean, Rochelle talked about this, back when it actually was in theaters and on HBO Max, but yes, I barely got to it. Anyway, this was okay for me. It was a weird, adding in a parallel universe element to it and stuff. That was a little odd. But, the action was good, which I guess is what mattered. The storyline was just kind of blah to me. So it's not one I probably rewatch.
Yeah.
But I have rewatched the other Godzillas. So this is one I probably rewatch.
I know it was. Yeah, I mean, I loved the monsters. I think they were amazing. Storyline, yeah.
All right, yeah, this was like so, yeah. Unfortunately. And then just a side note, I did finish Minx, also on HBO Max. Like I said, a lot of nudity, but I tell you the story was very good, you guys. Seriously, give it a watch. It ended well. I hope they do have a second season. So it was a good show. So.
Oh, good. Well, and I've done pretty good too. So I finally watched Death on the Nile, and yes. I did like it. I figured out pretty early on what was going on with the murderer, and but I didn't see the twist at the end, so that was nice. I figured it out, like I said early on, but the twist was good. So that was, yeah.
That's good for you. Yeah. I sure didn't.
But I didn't feel like it was. I felt like it was more of a 3-wine corker for me.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, and then I watched Miss Sloane with Jessica Chastain, and that is on Netflix, and it's really good. She plays. Wow. What was that? She plays. Let's see. What did she play? She's like a. Oh gosh, I want to say she's working for a company, and she's trying to. I should get the whole backstory on that, but that one is really good. See, I watched it a while ago, so a few 2 weeks ago, and for my brain, that's all you get right there. So, and this is just really weird. So anyway, I'd watch it.
Okay.
Because she is brilliant in it. She really is, because she leaves one company to go to another company, and she's trying to get senators to change their votes on a certain ruling.
Oh, okay.
And so, yeah, she does a great job, but in the end, she does some bad things, but when she's she also takes somebody down with her, so it was good.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, I liked it. And then I watched The Dropout with Amanda Seyfried, and that was also her starting up a new company, and it getting huge notoriety, and it's gone from like 0 to 60 in just a matter of a short period. But then her keeping it up there with no knowledge of how to run a company was. Mm-hmm. It wasn't the best. So, you can imagine how those things turn out.
Right, yeah. And
then I did start watching Anatomy of a Scandal, so I'll let you know how that goes. I'm almost done with The Morning Show, which there were some things in there that really surprised me as well. Kind of didn't see that coming, but yet again, it makes sense.
Are you talking about with Reese Witherspoon's character? Because I was like, that whole thing with...
Laura Peterson, I think is her name.
Oh, yeah, the character name?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I was just like, yeah. And then, so you even got to the very end then with the revelation?
No, okay. No, I'm almost there.
Okay.
So, anyway...
what did you think of how they ended with Steve Carell's character? That, to me, was a surprise, too.
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten to the end.
No, this is in the mid. It happened, like, the midpoint.
Right, I see what you're saying. Yeah. Man, it's pretty interesting. What did you think?
Like I said, I liked it. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first season.
Yeah.
And I wish something different had happened with his character than what happened. I was just like, what the hell?
I agree. I agree. I still think it was good, but I didn't think it was as good. So, as the first one. Are they doing a third? Do you know?
I think it has been renewed for
Has
third
it been
season,
announced?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah. anyway, so that's kind of what I've been watching and trying to get caught up on Outlander. Oh my goodness!
She only has one episode left, and she's dragging her feet.
I know. I just don't want it to end.
Well, I mean, it's not over. I mean, we still have 2 more of the season left.
I know.
They just didn't air last week, but it'll air this week. So
I just don't want it to end.
now it's time for some trailer talk. We're going to switch it up this week since there wasn't really anything going on in the movie world, and do some TV series trailer talk. So there's some good things coming out.
Yay!
So, first up, we have Stranger Things Season 4 finally coming back onto Netflix. We have Part 1 that will be out May 27th, and then Part 2, which will be out July 1st. And of course, this is starring Winona Ryder, Millie Bobby Brown, Paul Reiser, Finn Wolfhard, and David Harbour. Yay, David Harbour's back.
Yay.
The sheriff is not dead. Anyway.
Well, we knew that.
That's true, but it's nice to see it and say it. So, this trailer was all kinds of cool to me.
I agree.
What's
It's. I don't think, to be honest, that season 4 was all that. I know you liked
3.
it.
That's
I'm sorry. That's what I meant. 3. So, I'm hoping that this one kind of makes up for that.
Yes, it does look very good. I mean, so much darker.
Yes.
I mentioned that to a show and I saw it. I was just like, wow, it just looks a lot scarier. You know, their use of music, honestly, to set the tone works. Because to me, doing that more haunting version of Journey's song, Separate Ways, I was like, oh, this actually fits when it's...
yeah.
You know, I don't know. It was just so much. I'm curious to see with Hopper what exactly is going on there in Russia. It looks like they're having him like maybe fight these different creatures to see if he can take them on for some stupid reason. To me, that's how it looks in the trailer. Maybe that's not what's really happening. It's all about angles. You have 11, you know, trying to be in her new school, not working very well, and then Paul Reiser's character, which I can't remember who he is. I think he's another doctor. Anyway.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Talking to her, saying like she's their only hope, but she's like, I don't even have any powers, but it looks like she agrees to go back with them anyway, and it probably ends up getting her powers back somehow. And then you have, the other kids just trying to like navigate life, and I feel so bad. I forgot her character name, but the friend that 11 had that with the red hair, I know. Spoiler if you haven't seen it, I'm just gonna say her brother Billy, he
passed away.
Supposedly, now this is the thing I want to know, is the fact that they even had bothered showing her at his grave talking and stuff, and then at the end you see that person coming down with like the tentacles. I was like, could that be Billy? That was my thought.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I could be. You don't know. That was my thought. It's like she's talking to his grave. At one point, it looks like she's levitating. Like, how was she levitating?
But he would have become the monster at that point then.
Right. And it's like, we saw him being, in a way, carried. We just assumed, like most people, that he passed. Maybe he really did. But I was thinking, maybe they transformed him into this other thing. And this is going to be a sad... Woo for her. So.
Well, either way, he's not Billy anymore.
That's true. Anyway, this looks all kinds of good. I'm very excited that the 2 parts are coming out fairly close together. I'm glad part 2 isn't until next year or something. That's what I'm trying to say. So anyway, looking forward to that with you. Then we have Grace and Frankie, final season 7, coming out on Netflix next week, April 29th. As I've said multiple times, I was an anti-watching this. I'm like, I'm not watching this. I don't care to watch this. And, Rochelle and her old friend Linda was like, no, it's so funny. And now I'm the one that's up to date. And this one over here.
I know. I'm
still behind a season.
And you know what? When I saw this trailer, I'm like, dang it. I have got to start watching it again. Because it is so funny. And it's going to be sad that it's ending.
But ending.
I think they're going to go out on a good note.
It looks great. Mm-hmm. I enjoy her daughters, bickering. It really got hilarious. Their work fighting. Brianna and I forgot the sister's name. Anyway, Jane Fonda's girls in it. Anyway, they're just hilarious. I love their bickering. And of course, Grace and Frankie's bickering, and Saul and his husband's bickering. It's just great. So looking forward to this trailer, which is like more nostalgia-ful than anything telling you what's coming up. But I think it's going to be great. So I'm looking forward to it. Then we have 2 new things coming out that I think look awesome. First, The Lincoln Lawyer. This is a series, yes, based off the Matthew McConaughey movie.
Which I did like that movie, by the way.
I did like it too. This will be out on Netflix May 13th. It stars Manuel Garcia Rolfo, Christopher Gorham, and Neve Campbell. I always like Neve Campbell. Manuel is playing Lincoln Lawyer. This looks really good. I
thought
think it's
so
gonna
too.
Be a good take
I agree.
on him.
Yep.
Looks like there will be some good, courtroom drama, some good mystery. I don't know. It just looked really
I agree.
intriguing.
I think so.
I remember when I first heard about them doing a series on this, I was like, but yeah. Manuel is not well known in the U.S. He's mainly done some like telenovelas and stuff, but he looks like he's going to be just fine in this role. So looking forward to that. And then finally, Candy. This is a series that will be out on Hulu May 9th and stars Jessica Biel as Candy and then also Melanie Linsky as her friend and neighbor. Melanie last seen in Yellow Jackets, which I'm just saying that because I want this one to finish the show. Show. Anyway. Candy. Another of those true crime shows. Crime shows. I admit, after I saw this, I looked up the real person. I just had to find out what happened. Crazy ass story. So I'm excited to see.
Yes, it looks so good. And Jessica Biel, I'm like, wow.
Right? She can really transform. She is good. She's also an executive producer on this. That's what she mainly does nowadays, guys. She doesn't actually act her in there like now.
That's why we haven't seen her.
Yeah, she mainly does things behind the scenes, getting these things out. So, but she looks like she'll be really good in this. And it's set in the 70s, so the hair and the glasses. Yeah. Anyway, it looks very dark. Not very dark, but it looks dark. It is a dark crime that happens, and yeah.
So it's right up my alley. I'll need to get my glass, I'm watching my murder shows glass, so I can sit there and watch. Yes, my favorite glass. So it's perfect, and we cannot forget Ozark. I just got to throw that out there.
Oh yes, that will be out
April
next week.
29th.
Yes, it'll be out next week. Sorry, I should have mentioned that earlier. We actually will not be having a show next week, so I honestly should have mentioned some things coming out next week as well. But sorry, my bad. Ill prepared on that note. But
it's good.
Ozark. Yes, part 2, final season will be out next week.
And I cannot wait. I'm so excited.
Right? Yes.
Talk about binging. I don't think I'm going to leave my house.
I know, it's going to be so great. There is something else. Again, not prepared. There is something else coming out next week, too. I was looking forward to also watching. So it's going to be a good end of the month, binge fest on TV. So much to look forward to. I'll try to keep you guys up to date as much as I can on Instagram. I know I lack there sometimes, but I'm trying.
She is awesome. She does it all.
We're trying to keep up to date on that. So, again, we won't be on the air next week because this one has another vacation.
Oh.
Another vacation. So we'll be back the week after.
Back on Thursday.
Yes. We'll be back the week after that. But then, unfortunately, the week after that, then I'm on vacation.
That's right.
These things happen.
It's just that time of the year.
Right, exactly.
Well, that's all the time we have this week. And thanks again for listening. We had fun, and we hope you enjoyed it as well. And like Rhonda said, we'll not see you next week. We'll see you the week after. But please give us a review or comment. It really does help us out. And follow us on Instagram at movies_munchies_Moscato. And we'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging.
Thank you, guys.